yo woman, I feel like the woman should praise. And a man should praise the queen. Okay, we're getting somewhere.
Right.
Oh, hang on now, he fucked it up. But you know, my praise is saying, how was your dinner? How'd you like the house you're living in? Or how them clothes you're getting?
Oh.
He's a fucking dickhead.
Yeah.
He pushes these workout things and supplements with his albums.
Yeah.
But
Huh?
I don't know.
It's too much. It's too much going on there.
Here's the great thing. For his albums now, he has other producers working for him to produce the albums.
Get the fuck out of
So
here.
what the fuck is this, lads?
What is he?
What is this, lads? What is this guy? He's just he's an absolute jobber that just found a way to get really famous and popular. And so really all I can figure out
It's like the boss's fucking like idiot fucking son or something, you know.
But all I can figure out is he's found a brilliant way to market what I consider the cringiest interviews and just videos, to like internet videos and stuff like that. And also he is very good at getting people together. Because I think those people are like, it makes sense for me to go on the DJ Khaled's thing because he's famous. But he's only famous because he got people onto his thing. Where did that start?
Yeah, I know. Where does it begin?
He just got the ball rolling and now he's living in it.
Blame Fat Joe Open Terror Squad because he's got a similar thing.
He would have been, he would have been on the live tour of that. I think that album, the first album.
Yeah.
What's it called against
I
Italian?
think it's just Terror Squad. Terror Squad isn't the first one?
No, but the Fat Joe's one.
Oh fuck!
That had Terror Squad on it.
Yeah.
That's great. I didn't know that till recently. So that's his little start. And he was because he started in Florida. They have a very loyal.
Oh yeah.
So people were super loyal to him when his first album came out. I think he had a good name for himself for being like just a DJ. He probably knew his hip hop, but I don't know how much mixing goes on those in terms of actual talented mixing.
He'd
DJ
have to
mixing.
be like he'd have to be. He'd have to be decent at his job.
Is he mixing?
But whether he is now or not, I don't know.
No, all he does is turn up now. I think he turned up at one of Blizzard's events, thinking he was bigger with the crowd at that than he was, and he just kept trying to hype them, and they weren't having it. And it's amazing to watch. The gas thing was, you'd think he'd give up and just start playing a bit of music, people dance it. He just keeps stopping the music because you know what? It seems like he gets angrier and angrier. There's a new video out of him now, which is why I put him on the list, because literally the other day when we were coming up with people I saw, I went, I couldn't imagine a better person.
You're going down.
You are going on this list. 14 times he tried to resurrect the crowd and 14 different snippets of songs he got his DJs till he started shit. His DJs are running out of stuff. He wasn't telling them what he wanted. He goes, DJs, another one. And DJs were like, I was like, what are you fuckers doing? And he forgot he left the mic up like that, and it's just so embarrassing. And he's put your hands in the air if you're XYZ, put your legs up there if you can see me.
If you're with me.
It was so stupid. And I can't stand this guy. There's no actual content.
Yeah.
There's no deep.
Yeah.
So I can't even tell, like all of his interviews, he's not even been sound about really anything. He's not even kind of being like, listen, I know, I'm a bit of a chance or whatever like that. He doesn't got that charm about him. He's just
keeps him very serious.
I think there's a little tiny little insect inside him just pulling some levers.
That's it, yeah.
Just making...
Little bug.
Yeah.
Yeah, steering him.
One last thing.
Let's see what happens.
Recently, the kind of mask slipped of the whole positivity and thing like that, where his album didn't go to number 1. It went to number 2.
Right.
And Tyler, the Creator's Igor album went to number 1. And he was quoted on a Snapchat, which he instantly deleted because he fucked up. You knew he fucked up. A lot of people went, whoa, now hang on a second. Don't fucking start on Tyler, the Creator. Because a lot of people, huge amount of respect for Tyler, the Creator. I like him a lot as well. He has that, he's a strange character, and he makes music that you feel is not based on anyone else's. He's got his own style. And so Khaled comes out on a Snapchat. Who fucking uses Snapchat at his age? 42-year-old man or 40, whatever he is. Idiot. I make albums so people can play it and you actually hear it. I don't know what the fuck that means. That's what albums are for, you absolute gilm.
What the fuck?
Driving your car, you hear it in other people's car.
What?
You go to the barber shop, you hear them playing it.
What?
You turn on the radio and you hear them playing it. It's called great music. That's a fucking lie for a start. It's called great albums that you can actually hear the songs. Not no mysterious shit that you never hear. That was his dig at Tyler, the Creator. And since then, Tyler, the Creator has just been hasn't really come out and said that, just been liking loads of statuses to hate him. It's just not real subtle, low level digs back at him. I think that's just one of the times where I saw him rattled, and I love to see him rattled. I thought he was just like super positive, everything's grand, only when it's going his way and people are buying his supplements and his albums, and he annoys the fucking shit out of me.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about him until right now.
And I don't think we really know much more.
Annoying the shit out of me as well.
I don't think we know much more about him now.
We don't, but we're clearer.
That's my last one, or not my last one. Sorry, it's my second. I don't know. That last one. What's your next one? Jesus, I'm not well, lads.
It's okay. I'm going to do a little quick one because we're okay on time. But I done Miles Davis. I picked Blue and Green. So Miles,
he was a cranky bastard, wasn't he?
He's just do you know what? There seems to be this weird split personality with Miles Davis. He died in 1991.
I think it was the later years, wasn't it? Was he cranky?
It was all over the shop, I think. He started off one way and ended up on a completely different level of... Like, he apparently... Like, Jesus Christ, he used to play with his back to the audience. Because he was so... And apparently it wasn't a fear thing. Apparently he just thought that the people weren't worthy to see him play, you know?
I always try and give people the benefit of the doubt when I hear about people doing that.
Yeah.
There's a few bands that do that. Wanky, but
yeah, there's a bit of that. Like some of the singer of the Specials used to do that. He used to suffer from his nerves. He used to turn his back.
If he comes out and says that,
he plays with his back to the fans. He used to play with his back to his fans anyway. He used to write to journalists, to music critics who would be positive towards any other artist other than him. So he'd be reading magazines and he'd see Coltrane or whatever the fuck has this great record out, and he would write to them saying, like, what the fuck are you talking about him for when you can be talking about me? Like,
so they wouldn't have even said anything bad about him. Wouldn't have said. Just used that time to talk about somebody else.
Yeah,
right.
They weren't talking about him, so he wasn't happy.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah, it's just just horrible. He used to he worked as a pimp for a while when he was getting started as a musician. He used to pimp out women to make a few quid. Now, I think he started off being a cokehead. He ended up on heroin. And that's when it all kind of turns to shite. He had a massive cocaine and heroin issues. His ex-wife, Frances Davis, her name was, claimed that he beat her. He beat her constantly and so much that she had to run for her life. And he himself admitted in his own autobiography that he approved of men beating their wives and girlfriends to keep them in line.
Yeah,
he also admitted to like cheating on every girlfriend, wife, girl, anything he'd ever had in his entire life. Like, he never stayed on the fucking target. Like, again, it's a little quick one. He's just a scumbag. Yeah. You know, he's a generally unlikable, never really gave good interviews or talked well about anything.
There was recently a movie made about him with Don Cheadle.
And apparently they humanise him too much. It's Don Cheadle, done it. I haven't seen it yet, but I read a couple of things online as I was.
Yeah, they just made him cranky in it. They didn't really make him a.
Yeah, but apparently they made him like. They didn't really make him. They didn't turn the scumbag up. Yeah. They just added to the conflicted artistry of his duality of being, as opposed to him just being a cantankerous cunt.
I remember when that movie came out. There was I think it was like Cineworld or someone was doing a competition to win tickets to it, and I never enter competitions, but I was like, I really want to see it. And the thing was, tell us your favourite story about when you heard Miles Davis's music for the first time.
Yeah.
And I said the first time that I'd heard it was in a car with Miles Davis, and he put it on himself when we were on our way to the community centre to play badminton. And I said that when we were playing badminton, he wanted to use a tennis ball instead of the shuttlecock, because he didn't want to use the shuttlecocks. He doesn't like them. And I said that they're gonna break the badminton rackets. Yeah. And they did break the badminton rackets in this story that didn't happen, clearly. And instead of paying the $5 each for the rackets, Miles Davis just did a legger and left me there. And I didn't win the tickets with that story. I'm very disappointed I didn't win the tickets with that story.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Right, let's move on quickly. Who have you got next?
John Mayer.
Okay.
John Mayer, the singer, songwriter, guitarist, narcissist, deluded, arrogant, petulant child.
Yeah.
I never liked this guy, simply because he had no music to hook me into his shitty behaviour. Yeah. To make me kind of go, oh, well, I'll give him a chance, you know what I mean? Like, even though we shouldn't really do that, we do it anyway. He kind of got famous with the song I put up there is Your Body is a Wonderland or a Playground, whatever fucking stupid
You put in Slow Dancing in a Burning Room.
Oh, I changed that because that's actually not too bad. I just wanted to make the playlist somehow a bit better because we're good artists in there, not great people, but
lads with tunes, like.
Yeah, I wanted to make the playlist.
You know what's fucked up? There's no women on this.
Yeah, Courtney Love wasn't a big enough one to put on. She was
just a murderer.
On the,
just a fucking murderer, like.
Probably she didn't end up on our killer.
No, she will, because we're going to do this. These are all volume ones.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Normally, I do try and.
I do have a woman. I've the lady your age, but it's about Suge Knight.
Yeah, it's about Suge Knight.
Sick of that. I'm the only non-sexist on this podcast right now.
No, like I think we all both of us try and look at the playlist and go, that's very manly. It should be at least,
But like, not for like the sake of it. Like, there has to be a good entry.
Only if I noticed there's something, or if I noticed the music's all going in one way.
It has to be a good entry.
Music. Yeah. So John Mayer got kind of even more tabloid exposure when he started kind of with Jessica Simpson in 2010, I think, and that's when people started interviewing him and all the bad shit.
That was my chair.
Well,
that was my chair.
Sure it was.
That was the chair. Hang on, replicate. Yeah, chair.
Yeah, sure. You could just be doing more farts.
I wish I could.
So that's when people started finding out that there's a weird little boy in here, and his quotes. I have a list of them that you have to hear. He's just an idiot.
I want to know what he looks like. I'm looking him up right now.
He looks like he's a Abercrombie and Fitch sort of, no, American Apparel model maybe.
All right, John Mayer.
You know that? Just
looks like a man who wants token.
Does he?
Nick, yeah. Yeah, I know that guy. Yeah.
So he said early in his career that he never wants like drugs or alcohol or tabloid stuff or clubbing to get involved, or the celebrity life involved to detract from his music. Well, he failed miserably instantly almost when he started going out with Jessica Simpson. So I'm just going to go. I'm only going to talk more about him. I'm just going to go through his
talk about Jessica
quotes.
Simpson. Well, I rub my legs.
Oh, she's lovely. One of his quotes. I've got 6 quotes here, right?
Hit me.
So let's go through the 6 quotes. Someone asked me the other day, how does it feel to have a hood pass? It gets worse.
Right.
And by that way, it's sort of a contradiction in terms, because if you really had a hood pass, you could call it a beep pass, N-word pass. I don't know what that fucking means. Now, he apologised. He got slaughtered for that. He apologised on Twitter and he said, I should never have used that word. Said it was an arrogant of me to think I could intellectualise a word that is emotionally charged. Yeah, you're right. I think your publicist wrote that.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, absolutely.
So, moving on to number 2. On interracial relationships, in an interview with Playboy magazine, I think this Playboy magazine interview in 2010, it has just gold in it from this guy. He goes, I don't think I opened myself to it. My dick is sort of like a white supremacist.
Jesus Christ.
Here's the worst line of them all. It's so cringy. I've got a heart like Benetton and a dick like David Duke. I'm going to start dating separately from my dick.
What?
He's a fucking idiot.
He's a fucking idiot.
Number 3, on his relationship with Jessica Simpson. Sexually, it was crazy. That's all I'll say. It was like napalm. Sexual napalm. He threw the wear on Perez Hilton. You know that dickhead from fucking
TMZ and all that,
just waiting for people to fall out of cars and have their TV on show and stuff like that. And just general... Let's forget about the artistry side of any of the celebrities and just see what they're falling down, getting sick on next.
Exactly.
He threw the wear on him, and he was quoted to say, all of a sudden I thought, I can out-gay this guy right now. He definitely can't.
You defo can't.
I grabbed him and gave him the dirtiest tongue kiss I have ever put on anybody, almost as if I hated the fags.
What?
That's what he said.
What's this bloke at?
This is why I don't like this guy. Just, he annoys the shit out of me. And he's no charm as far as I'm concerned.
No.
He's just cocky.
Fucking, it sounds like he's been just programmed to say stupid shite.
This next quote is the one that got me the most. Annoyed me, I don't know why. He goes, I'm a very... And then he stops and said, I'm just very. I'm just very.
I'm just very.
Just very.
Just very.
And then he wrote,
you're just extra.
And if you can't handle that very, then I'm a douchebag. But I think the world needs a little variety. Oh no, needs a little very. Ugh. That's why black people love me. It just keeps getting worse. John Mayer, the big fucking idiot.
Fucking gobshite.
Someone asked him then, I don't know why, probably just to bait him. This is the 6th quote. What is being black?